What is a decibel?
Decibel. Decibel, dB, unit for expressing the ratio between two physical quantities, usually amounts of acoustic or electric power, or for measuring the relative loudness of sounds. 1 decibel, 0.1 bell, equals 10 times the common logarithm of the power ratio. Expressed as a formula, the intensity of a sound in decibels is 10 log 10, S1, S2, where S1 and S2 are the intensity of the two sounds, i.e., doubling the intensity of a sound means an increase of a little more than 3 decibels. In ordinary usage, specification of the intensity of a sound implies a comparison of the intensity of the sound with that of a sound just perceptible to the human ear. For example, a 60 dB or 6 bell sound, such as normal speech, is 6 powers of 10, i.e., 10 or 1 million, times more intense than a barely detectable sound, such as a faint whisper, of 1 decibel. Decibels are also used more generally to express the logarithmic ratio of two magnitudes of any unit, such as two electric voltages or currents, or analogous acoustic quantities. In cases where the ratio is of a squared quantity, 1 decibel equals 20 times the common logarithm of the ratio. The term bell is derived from the name of Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone. The unit decibel is used because a 1 decibel difference in loudness between two sounds is the smallest difference detectable by human hearing.
What is a VU meter? VU meter. VU is an abbreviation for volume unit. Thus, a VU meter is a device for measuring the level of sound intensity with audio equipment, such as amplifiers and tape recorders. Although the measurements indicated on such a meter are in decibels, the zero level should not be confused with 0 dB, the threshold of hearing. On such meters, 0 indicates the maximum distortion-free level that can be handled by the device, with other values greater or less than the 0 level indicated as positive and negative decibels relative to it, respectively. 0 level VU. A reference power level shown on a VU meter. Although 0 VU is shown on a VU meter as the point of 100% modulation, it is not identical to the reference called 0 level, which in fact refers to -4 dB or -4 VU on the meter. 0 level is the reference level obtained with a 1000 Hz signal and 1 milliwatt of power in a line or circuit of 600 ohms resistance. The corresponding voltage level is 0.773 volts. This level is sometimes called 0 dBm. Other levels may be described in reference to it. For instance, 0 VU is plus 4 dBm and represents a voltage level of 1.228 volts. In practice, analog devices have considerable headroom above 0 VU to allow for peak levels. Digital recording systems, on the other hand, have little or no headroom because of their fixed dynamic range, which is usually larger than with analog systems. The diagram shows a VU meter with a decibel scale from -20 to +3 dB, and a linear percentage of modulation scale from 0 to 100% below it. A meter which is linear in decibels is called the peak program meter, and is commonly used in Britain.